single Samaya. So just know that in the YouTube, you go to YouTube site, all the previous texts and the teachings shared there. All the previous teachings on each of these texts as I shared with you. This one is called the single Samaya, very short, just one page, just a few lines. It says, the single Samaya, an instruction on never parting from the mind for even a moment. The Moratna Guru, homage to the precious Guru. What is loving like a father and affectionate like a mother? What is attractive like a lover? What always provides lasting happiness? What supplies all needs and desires like a wish-fulfilling jewel? What is that something that you never tire of? What is beyond east or west like the sun and moon? What is an open treasury of many qualities? What is a teacher of all the Dharma in its entirety? What is trusted by the world along with its gods? So a number of questions raised. This is a rather unusual style to say that, like a lover, like your father and mother, something you will not tire of. So then Kyobpa says, it is this one thing, this single mind of yours. Single mind, right? We should not misunderstand this as Kyobpa saying, there is an unchanging mind. Remember I talked about how don't think of mind as a noun. Think of mind as verb. If we think of mind or Buddha nature as noun, then our tendency is to turn it into a thing. Maybe not like a thing, like a solid physical thing. Probably none of us think of mind in that way. But we do, easily think of mind, if we think mind as noun, as spiritual, something that is spiritual. Mind is not. So when it says the single mind of yours, it means here it's like maybe another way to translate it is this one thing. It is the mind and not something else is what it means by this single mind. So single or one here means, it is this and not something else. Yeah. In which negativities are purified and all positivities complete. So he's praising the quality of mind where all negativities are purified and all positivities are complete. In other words, Buddha, Sangye in Tibetan is the translation for Buddha. Sang is to purify, dissipate. Dissipate and purify what? All negativities. Kyobpa is to expand. Is to expand. Where all positivities, where all virtues, where all Buddha qualities have been expanded, fully expanded. So this mind, not the monkey mind, not the activities of the mind, not the activities of the heart, but the heart itself, the knowing itself. To know, right? Buddha means also to know. It means to be awake. It also means to know. Buddha or Buddha, right? In the Pali forest tradition, one family of the forest tradition like to use the simple mantra of Buddha to anchor awareness. Buddha, and training Buddha together with breath. Buddha, Buddha. But that's also, a way to like indirectly remind ourselves that the single mind, right? Single as in itself and nothing else, not something else. That which knows, the one who knows. This is loving like a father, affectionate like a mother, attractive like a lover, provides lasting happiness, supplies all needs and desires. That's something you will never tire of, beyond east and west. Is the treasury of many qualities, is the teacher of all dharmas, is trusted by the world and its gods. There is no way to ever part from this one thing for even a moment. It's more useful for us to understand this statement as when you have recognized this, then you're never separated from it. Of course, you can also understand this statement as you can never separate from it because that's your nature. But if you get too comfortable with that, then you think, oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you don't feel like I need to actualize. So it's better to understand this as when you have actualized this realization, then there's no way you will ever be separate from it anymore. So this sublime oral instruction, the single word, mind, I give to you, my only son, who is like my own heart. There is nothing else I have apart from this. Very short. So this is the single Samaya. This is the single bond commitment. If you need to commit to anything, commit to realizing this mind, realizing this Buddha. Know this. This is the single Samaya, the exclusive Samaya, the only Samaya. Single here means this. Only Samaya is this one. Yeah, this line, it is this one thing, this single mind of yours. I think often teachers, when they teach something like this, if they're not careful, I feel, it might give students the impression, that somehow, this is like a thing. Like an Atman, a divine self. Fundamental Buddhist view is momentariness. And then Mahayana takes it even a step further and call it emptiness. Emptiness is the logical conclusion of momentariness. Because momentariness, right? If you look deeper, what momentariness means, then it basically leads to birthless. It leads to emptiness. Emptiness is even a more precise and even stronger statement about momentariness. if you're like, I still don't understand what this momentariness, this emptiness is, actually Kyobpa Rinpoche says that's okay. Because now you focus on giving up 10 non-virtues. Now you can figure, you focus on giving up 10 non-virtues. As you purify the 10 non-virtues, that's the meaning. The meaning of purifying 10 non-virtues is giving up the 10 non-virtues. Sometimes we think purify 10 non-virtues. Okay, I will sit and do Vajrasattva. Well, that's good, But Vajrasattva is almost like you can say, is to clean up the mess that you already have. But it's not going to work if you keep cleaning up the mess that you have and don't stop creating the mess. And so to give up the 10 non-virtues, that nothing to not understand, Nothing to not understand, to give up the 10 non-virtues. So even teachings like momentariness, emptiness, Buddha nature, what are they intended to do? What are they intended to do? That the Buddha taught us, that the nature of reality is momentariness. Then he further says, the nature of reality is emptiness. Then at some point he also says, nature of reality is Buddha. What are all these for?
Right view.
Yeah, what are they for? Right view.
Supposed to be helpful to you for being
to do what?
happy, for not suffering, being happy.
And how do you not suffer?
You don't create suffering.
And therefore, give up the 10 non-virtues.
Right.
Give up the 10 non-virtues. If you have very fancy understanding of emptiness, momentariness, you can explain, for 3 months, on and on. But alongside the 3 months, you're busy with the 10 non-virtues, then it's completely useless. It's so simple and yet it's so hard to believe. That it's giving up the 10 non-virtues. And all the other non-virtues, that arise from these 10, that arise from the 3 poisons. Yeah. Okay, so we take a break and then we continue Gongchik in a few minutes.